Woo, I look like a mess, man. It was hot outside, 75, but the humidity was horrible today. Look at my hair. You know, natural curly hair with no product in it. Yeah, it's a little crazy. Anyways, I just wanted to tell you how I lost 70 pounds with little effort. So basically for breakfast, I would eat a shake, okay? And then we'll get into that a little later. For lunch, I would eat something healthy like berries, blueberries, strawberries. That's how I would get my carbs in. I do less than 25 grams of carbs daily. Okay. I don't count my macros. I just know that 25 grams of carbs or less. So everything I buy, I look at the back of the label and I make sure that it, you know, has very, very little carbs. Okay. I don't eat apples. I don't eat bananas. I don't eat mangoes. I don't eat a lot of things that a lot of people do, because fruit, little does everybody know, has tons and tons of sugar. So it's just as bad as eating candy, with the exception of it's a natural source of sugar as opposed to a concentrated source of sugar. But it still stores as fat if it's not burned off. It still causes diabetes. You know, people don't tell you these kinds of things. And it causes a lot of inflammation in your body. Sugar is a culprit of a lot of inflammation in your body. Then, you know, lunch or dinner, I eat things like pizza. Well, pizza, the dough is fathead pizza dough. So basically all it is mozzarella cheese, it's cream cheese, it's almond flour, an egg, a little bit of wine vinegar, and some salt. So I'm fixing to make some just to kind of demonstrate, and then y'all could, you know, make it on your own. So I always use block cheese, so I have to shred the cheese. And Colton's over here eating some berries. See, say hi to Colton. Colton, say hi. Say hi. Say hi. He's sitting here eating his berries. He loves berries. Okay, so let me show you. I'm going to prop this up a little bit. So basically, I'm going to go wash my hands real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've washed my hands. Dry them off. I've already preheated my oven to 400. And I'm going to just shred up some cheese. I don't have mozzarella cheese, so I'm going to kind of wing it with some cheddar cheese. I always buy the Kerrygold cheese because it's really good. So this is a white cheddar cheese. So we're gonna shred some of this. And if you need some exercise for your arms, you know, shredding cheese. Perfect, right? So we need 1.5 cups of shredded cheese. Colton's learning how to count with his berries. He's over here, 1, 2, 3. Then he dumps them all out, puts them back in the container, and starts counting again. Okay. All right, so we have the shredded cheese. Where's my measuring cup? This is a 1/2 cup measuring cup, so we'll just use that and do it 3 times. And I've done this several times, so I know about how many cups works, how many 1/2 cups, or what it looks like. 2 tablespoons of cream cheese. The best cheese that I've found is Philadelphia cream cheese, and it has less than 1 gram of sugar in it. So I always buy this, and you gotta look in your state, in your city, whatever, because different brands have different amounts. So you don't always want to go cheap with a lot of things, because sometimes going cheap will hinder your blood sugar level. It doesn't cost a whole lot. At Sam's, I buy, it's like 6 blocks or something of this cream cheese for $8. So it's, you know. Let me get a spoon. Hold on just 1 second. Okay, so I'm just going to get a couple tablespoons. There's 1, 2. Okay. Okay, then we need 3/4 cup of almond flour. Okay, so I got everything together, I think. So in the bowl we have the shredded cheese, and we have the shredded cheese, and we have the cream cheese. Okay, so we're gonna pop this in the microwave, and we're gonna stir it often. Okay, just to melt all the cheese. And while that's melting, then we're going to add the almond flour, white vinegar wine, and the egg, okay, and the salt. So it's just that simple, actually. So here's my almond flour. So I'm going to go ahead and add the white vinegar wine, which is right here. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of white vinegar wine to this mix. Okay. And then we can go ahead and add a little bit of salt, which is right here. Okay, this is our brand of salt. It's sea salt. You can use any kind of sea salt, okay? But it's just a 1/2 teaspoon. Okay, so here's a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then we'll go ahead and stir this up. Mix and mix and mix. Okay. Let's put a little bit, maybe a few seconds. And then we'll add the egg and the almond flour and mix it all up. Okay, so let's add the egg. Set the egg in here. So making simple recipes like this, they take little to no time. It's kind of awesome, especially if you got kids roaming around everywhere. I just put Colton in the high chair and then, you know, just do what I gotta do as far as cooking. Now I'm gonna add the almond flour. I'm just gonna make like a dough. You don't really need a blender or anything like this unless you just want to use one. And this is just gonna make like a personal crust just for yourself, but guess what? It's gonna fill you up. I can't eat the whole thing. I can only eat part of it. So then once that's all mixed up, then you're going to put it on a baking sheet. And I use Reynolds wrap on all my baking sheets. Anytime I'm cooking, I just use Reynolds wrap, right? Okay. Just gonna slap the dough here. And you're gonna cook this dough because it has egg in there. Some people like raw egg. I don't like raw egg. I like my eggs when they're fried like over light, but I don't like totally raw egg. Okay. Sit down. Hold on. What did you do? Oh, you threw all your stuff down? So you just press it out. It's going to be kind of sticky. Don't have to be perfect. You're going to eat it yourself, right? So I always make it like kind of thin so it bakes a little faster. But this is your fathead dough for your pizza. I like it better than the cauliflower crust. I really favor this one a little bit more. Colton's getting a little antsy. So, let me toss this in the oven. Let's see, it says 7 to 9 minutes or until light golden brown. That took me about 15 minutes to make. I'm gonna slice up a little more cheese just to put on the top. He's like in the roll of paper towels screaming. Ain't that fun? So I get a lot of recipes out of my Make It Keto cookbook, which Jennifer She actually designed this cookbook, and it's all the recipes that she uses all the time. And she's lost quite a bit of weight on the program as well. I actually, like I said, I've lost 71 pounds. But I just wanted to show somebody just how simple it is to, you know, make something really good in a short amount of time. You know, if you had shredded cheese already, you gotta watch buying shredded cheese in the store because they use sugar as an anti-caking agent. So even though you think it doesn't have any carbs, it has a couple grams of carbs. And it still may say 0 or it may say 1, but you just got to be careful. And table salt actually has carbohydrates in it too, so you got to be careful of that. If you look at the back of the Morton salt jar, it will tell you it has carbohydrates. Nobody thinks, you know, they just use the sugar as anti-caking agent. So, but sugar is more addictive than cocaine, which is amazing to know. I didn't really think of it that way, but it is. And what I'm also doing is I'm heating up some chicken in the microwave because I'm planning on putting some chicken on our pizza for a little more protein. You can't have that. Colton's trying to attack the bowl here. This chicken is actually pretty good. It's frozen. It's already cooked, so all I gotta do is the microwave thing. Or you could bake it in the oven. But this actually has less than 1 gram of carbohydrates. So, which I love. Because I love chicken and fish. And I love ribeye steak. So let me tell you some of the other things that I've done. I talked to you about a shake earlier. So the shake, it's an amazing shake. Guys, this is called Keto Fuel. Guess what? It's a fat shake. It's not a protein shake. So it has the exact macros you need to replace 1 meal. So I never eat breakfast. So guess what? I replace that meal with my keto shake. And it's great because with this low carb, high fat diet, medium protein, we actually see the chicken. So we actually burn a lot of fat. You know, you throw your body in that fat burning mode. But if you eat a lot of carbohydrates, your carbohydrates have to burn off first before it even starts working on your fat. So that's why this diet is amazing. And looking for my knife. I'm just going to cut up this chicken a little bit. And I'm going to put it as a topping on the pizza. So it's going to be great. So the other thing I like to make is fat bombs. Me and Colton love them. This keto lifestyle has really changed everybody's life around here. You know, where sugar and kids, you know, makes them hyper and stuff, where this is, you know, the fat bomb is an actual little snack that you can use as a frozen snack. So you throw it in the freezer, bite-sized pieces, and then you just go in there and get it whenever you want it, you know. I don't count calories. The only thing I really count is carbohydrates. And like I said, I've lost 70 pounds. I've been able to keep it off. And it's been great. I recommend this to anyone that's trying to lose weight. I think it's amazing. I think that that decreasing the inflammation in your body by a low carb diet is amazing as well. I also take, what does Hilton do with it? Ginger and turmeric. Ginger and turmeric. Oh, wow. Let me tell you about ginger and turmeric. So, just ginger and turmeric. Ginger, the ginger that I take is actually 3 times more potent than anything in the United States. Therefore, when I started giving it to my family members and a couple of my friends, oh my gosh, I have a friend that she had lupus and she no longer has lupus symptoms. You know, she did that whole thing where one doctor prescribed one medicine, another doctor, then it caused her to have some symptoms, so another doctor prescribed another medicine. That one caused her to have symptoms that she had to go to another doctor. And so she went to like pulmonologists, cardiologists, all this stuff because, you want down? You want the bowl? Okay, can't throw it. But you know, all these doctors just kept on prescribing her medicine, and nobody figured out what the root cause of this lupus is. And there's a lot of people that die from lupus, which is crazy, you know. But in the end, it all has to do with inflammation. Autoimmune is nothing but high inflammation in your body levels. You know, there's a test that doctors run to test the inflammation level in your body, but they don't tell you how to avoid or how to bring this number down. When people can take simple ginger and turmeric, and it cuts down on some of the inflammation, and they can eat a low carb, high fat diet, and again, it cuts down even more of the inflammation. That's, you know, that's what you really want to look at. What doctor is getting people off of medication instead of putting them on? Oh my gosh. It gets crazy out there. I have another friend, she has multiple sclerosis. And she actually, she got diagnosed quite a few years ago. But once she started taking this high-impact ginger and turmeric, guess what? Her inflammation levels came down. She's no longer on any of her medications, you know? I mean, she was followed by a doctor, told the doctor what she wanted to do. The doctor wouldn't comply, so guess what? She went to another doctor. She found one that would be like, okay, let's try it your way. Let's see what happens. Her inflammation levels came down, and guess what? She hasn't had a symptom of her MS in a very, very long time. She's been taking the ginger and turmeric for 3 years. 3 years. And it's just amazing. Hold on real quick. Let me find my sauce. Okay, guys, I'm going to take this out. It's been in here probably too long. The crust. This is the crust. It looks delicious, don't it? Oh my gosh. So, that's the crust we use. And then I use ranch dressing. I'm kind of a simple, and I don't really care. I don't use the sauce. You can use sauce, but just make sure you check the back of the carbs, okay? And then that's it, really. All you have to do, whoops, sorry. All you have to do is now you take, this is actually a brand new, they even have ranch dressing that, Colton's licking the bowl. So I just put it on here, top it. You could do it, you could try it. This is like a really inexpensive way to make a pizza, you know. I don't have to spend a lot of money. And then you put, I probably shredded too much cheese, but put your cheese on here. You could put pepperonis. Pepperonis, keto friendly. And if you shred too much, just put it in a baggie. And I'll just slap all this on here. And then the chicken. Just put a bunch of chicken in here. Just like this. The chicken's already cooked, so really all you're doing now is melting your toppings together to where, oh my gosh, this looks freaking delicious. I probably should have only cut one of those chicken breasts, but I cut up 2. So there you go. Let me show y'all what this, let me get a paper towel. So this right here is our pizza. It's our pizza crust that we made homemade. It's about the size for like a